What's really good? It's your boy, Spider-Man, aka D-Man. Your man, I'm sitting here with my sister, my day one, the one who holds it down for me, my co-host, Daria. Say hello to the people, Daria.
Hello to the people, Daria.
See, that time you got it, and I can't say that you failed. and I'm not disappointed in you. I'm not even mad.
I don't even care if you were.
Wow. Okay. On that note.
Yeah.
On that note, we are joined here tonight by our good friend, our biggest supporter, the big man with the big shoulders and the big heart, King Dad. Say what's up, King Dad.
What's up, King Dad?
See, I expect that from him.
You expect that from me too?
No, see. Okay, I do.
Exactly.
Anyway, how has your fourth been, KD? I know we've already had this conversation.
Yeah, pretty good. It was nice. Saw a lot of explosions. Ate a bunch of fried chicken. You know how it is. How was y'all's?
We destroyed a few things. A couple backyards in fiery blazes of death and destruction and chaos. You know how it is. You know how Kaiju do. We are here for Extreme Rules, and we are 2 weeks into the new Paul Heyman / Eric Bischoff era. Depending on who you speak to, you'll see how far their fingers have dug into WWE creative. But we've had some, good to decent Raws and SmackDowns. It's been much more consistent than it's been lately, and it's been a good thing because the first Raw we had. Bobby Lashley absolutely murdered by Braun Strowman, but yet somehow Strowman's the one with the worst injuries despite that fact. I don't know how that works, but I don't care because I got a good promo from Bobby Lashley, and that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we had some...
a little bit.
What'd you say?
I feel like he's kind of falling off a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. Un poquito. We got some great matches. We finally got to see Shinsuke Nakamura versus Finn Balor, which was an amazing match. So I am incredibly excited heading into Extreme Rules, and I haven't been able to say that for many pay-per-views over the past few. So let's run into this. If this is your first time listening to us for this Smash pay-per-view prediction special, here's how we do things. We run over the card, and we give you any pertinent information, any news, anything that you may have, may need to know about the feuds heading into each and every single match. And then we give our predictions, and then we use those predictions. We do our little contest. If you want to join in, if you want to see how things go ahead and head to the website. D, plug us for Dueling Mics.
Oh, yes. Please make sure our skit is up for Extreme Rules. Make sure you catch it. You'll love our skits.
Yeah, we have the Dueling Mics. We have our promos. We have all that good stuff.
Yeah, featuring Sasha Fierce.
Yay. But moving on, we're going to jump right into this match card right here. I say that as he's, forgetting to pull up the match card right cheer. I'm stalling for time. I don't care what you say. I'm pulling it up right cheer. There it is. It was already up, and I'm an idiot. We're going to start with what is most likely going to be on our pre-show. And hopefully this will no longer be the case as we move further and further down the line for the Paul Heyman, Eric Bischoff era of WWE Creative. We have ourselves a WWE Raw Tag Team Championship match between the Usos and... There you go. Give it to me. And The Revival.
Yes.
Now, the first time that they really had much of a major feud, we ended up with the Usos basically playing like Revenge of the Nerds, putting, itching cream and icy hot and jock straps and mocking people for shaving their backs. You need a friend to shave your back, okay? I don't care what you say. If you could do it by yourself, first of all, kudos. Second of all, get out of here, you freak.
I don't think Usos are doing anything wrong.
They were doing something horribly wrong. Why would you do that? You're the faces. So. You're the good guys. You shouldn't be making fun of people. Though? You should not be making fun of people's hairy backs.
Are they though?
Moving on.
I thought so.
Now we're going to have ourselves hopefully a much better, a much more cohesive feud. But between these two, the Revival has used to be lackeys for Shane McMahon. I guess they still kind of are, but right now he's not involved in any of this, and that is a major plus to this storyline, to this feud. Then we have the Usos, who are just being so Uso fun.
Yeah,
because they're driving Uso crazy. Yay!
Yeah.
God, I'm glad this is no longer a thing. Moving on, though. Revival versus the Usos. King Dead. Who do you got?
I think the Revival have got it still.
Yeah. Might as well hold on to the title for a little bit. Daria, who you got?
The Revival. I don't think the Usos need the title.
Yeah. As we said this before because
our recording stopped.
Here's a little backstory right here.
Yeah.
We actually recorded this before, but we're re-recording it, so don't tell nobody. But the Usos are basically like the New Day right around now. They will give you a great match. They will make the titles seem important even if they don't have it. So therefore, they don't need the titles. They can hang around as challengers. They can be the gatekeepers for other people who want to challenge the title and make sure that everybody who is in the title hunt is like up to par. And I love them. Because of that, I don't see a reason for them to have the titles, whereas we have the Revival whose contract might be coming up within the next few months. We don't know if they're going to stick around, if they're going to fuck off to AEW, who knows? But for right now, I see absolutely no reason to take the titles away from the Revival.
Yeah.
So I got the Revival, 3 Revivals, boom, boom, boom. We're moving on.
Uh-huh.
Then we have another match, which is, again, most likely to be on the pre-show. We have the Cruiserweight Championship match between Tony Nese, the 8-abbed freak, and Drew Gulak in his own hometown of, they're in Philly, right?
Yes.
They're in Philly. They in Philly?
They in Philly for Extreme Rules.
Yeah, the city of brotherly love, but they ain't no love for these brothers here. Now, if you have managed to miss much of 205 Live, first of all, I'm going to ask you, what are you doing with your life? Because some of the best wrestling has been happening Tuesdays after SmackDown and on Wednesdays for NXT and NXT UK. Watch all of that on the WWE Network. Plug in it because I'm a shill. What we have, though, is an amazing video package at the end of this past 205 Live between Drew Gulak and Tony Nese, showing their friendship, showing their hopes and their dreams, and the ways that they have split apart between being brothers in arms. And I'm glad that they also didn't bring up Enzo Amore. That's something that I don't want to talk about.
Why would they bring him up? He's...
But like the reason why they were like a lot to locked together is because they were both following Enzo Amore around. That was technically the glue that held them together.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was technically, it was Drew Gulak, it was Tony Nese, and it was somebody else. I can't remember, but it was technically like 3 people following Arya Daivari, I believe. They were following Enzo Amore around, and then when he got kicked out the company, they just kind of floundered for a little bit, and now they're back, and they are at the top of their game for the Cruiserweight Championship match. Should be an amazing match, just a regular straight-up match. So Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese. King Dead, who you got?
I think Gulak's going to retain still for right now. I mean, he's just getting started. I mean, Tony Nese's 8 abs aren't going to help him win against this just yet.
Yeah.
No 8-ab freak for you.
No.
Daria?
I got Drew Gulak because he's just looking sexy with that championship right now.
I do not disagree with you right there. We got Drew Gulak, who is... So for the past 4 champions, 3 of them had made the title look much bigger than they were, either by way of their wrestling ability in terms of Cedric Alexander, their promo and character work in terms of Buddy Murphy, or just, by virtue of having it in terms of Drew Gulak. Out of those 4, Tony Nese was probably the weakest, and that's because they didn't really let him do anything with it aside from being, hey, I'm the babyface and nothing.
Right.
Let him be arrogant. Let him have an ego. None of that stuff makes him a bad guy. He can still be your babyface by letting him have just a little bit of an ego. But each and every time he's coming down to the ring, 1, he should never let that title belt cover up his 8 abs. And 2, every time he talks to the camera, he's just like, hey guys, I'm Tony Nese, and my opponent is good, but I'm just a little bit better. Vote for me.
Yeah.
And it never worked. So let Drew Gulak hold on to the title. Let also Tony Nese have some trial and tribulation in terms of fighting for it. I like that. Go for it. That should be the story. Moving on. We have a last man standing match. Just a regular last standing match. No titles on the line because ain't nobody got no titles.
Yeah.
We got Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. And as I said a couple of weeks ago on Raw, we had probably one of the most era-defining moments in Raw and WWE history. Braun Strowman bursting through the Titantron ribbon, spearing basically Bobby Lashley through that in a spray of visceral sparks and everything. It was a little over the top. Don't care though. I loved it.
I thought it was the best thing.
Oh, it was a great moment.
Great.
Like that was like something that's been missing from the show for so long.
And how else do you punctuate a new era than that? And they let that linger in a way that was perfect.
And also, like, Corey saying shit made it feel honest. Like I wasn't expecting that.
I don't think anybody was.
Yeah, I
had to replay it. I was like, wait a second, did Corey say that, or did that just come through?
He said it.
It's like, man, did they actually let him say that?
Yeah,
it's like,
they did.
They let him say that.
They let him say it. Didn't bleep it out.
Now, Braun has been missing for the past, week, and that's good. I love that.
Yeah, it makes it better. What about
Bobby Lashley? Again, he cut that promo at this past Raw, basically saying, "I'm going to bury you. I will murder you." That's basically what Bobby Lashley said. "I will murder you." I don't know why we're talking about murder. This is wrestling, but whatever. They're going to kill each other.
We know what it means.
We know what it means.
If you're a wrestling fan, you understand when they say murder, they don't actually mean murder.
I know, but I'm just thinking wrestling logic. Like this motherfucker said murder.
Yeah, I got it.
Like he said murder. But I digress because we have Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman. Their first attempt at a feud was meh. Even the stuff leading into this was a weirdly, reference, because how do you go from tugs of wars and arm wrestling contests and staring contests and three-legged race contests to I just killed a man through the Titantron?
Yeah,
it's a weird escalation, but again, I loved it.
Yeah.
So we're going to go right into it. King Dead, who do you have? Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley in a last man standing match.
Honestly, I mean, especially after the whole events of everything, I kind of think Bobby Lashley could be the one to win.
Okay, throw in that Bobby Lashley. Daria, who you got?
I'm always down for Braun Strowman.
Oh, so I get to be the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with King Dead on this one. And the main reason is not just because, first of all, you don't get punked out. You don't get punked out after dropping a big promo like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Immediately after that. This is, again, supposed to be a new era. So Braun Strowman doesn't need this win. He doesn't need this win. It'll be a good win. It'll be a marquee win, but he doesn't need it. Let Bobby Lashley build some momentum as the monster killer for a bit. I don't even care. I don't care if it's not clean, even though there's technically not supposed to be any DQs, but then again, you know how WWE's with their rules.
Yeah.
Technically, it's supposed to be no disqualification. Technically, anybody could interfere. I expect this not to be quote unquote clean. I want Bobby Lashley to win. I got Bobby Lashley for this.
Okay.
We're going to jump ahead to a big match that I was not expecting for this. Ricochet versus AJ Styles.
Oh my God.
Now, the first two times they fought, that was still, and I hate this thing, where we have to have this no wrestling, through the commercial breaks. So it was broken up and it was not fluid. It was still good matches, but because they had to break it up through the
commercials and everything.
through the commercials and everything, yes, it never really flowed.
Okay.
It never really flowed, and it needs to flow. And this one, ain't no commercials for this. It's for the WWE United States Championship. AJ Styles straight up turned heel after his first attempt at the United States Championship. Damn, I am stumbling over every damn thing that I'm saying right now. And the club is also, having a prominent role in all of this. Thankfully, finally. So this is going to be interesting.
It might mess Ricochet up.
It might mess him up. This will be interesting. He needs a little bit more seasoning on the mic because that little promo that he cut before he faced off against the club was kind of. But we're going to move on. King Dead, AJ Styles versus Ricochet. This is not the first time, I don't believe, ever. This is the first time in WWE, but it's not the first time ever, I don't think. But Ricochet versus AJ Styles, who you got?
Jeez, this is a tough one. I mean, like, Ricochet's the young up-and-comer, well, young-ish up-and-comer.
Yeah.
It's like, he just won the title. He was a little bit cocky and, like, thinking he can take on AJ Styles. AJ Styles found that fire again that he's been missing for a while now and took him to town. So, also AJ's finally got the club back together, which is like, a feather, like, one of those things we've been missing from the show for a while.
Yeah.
I'm thinking AJ runs with it. The Summer of Styles.
Okay, Summer of Styles.
I kind of have to agree. Only because the club is just coming back. AJ is back with the club. And like you said, I think the club is going to have a hand in it, which is going to mess Ricochet up anyway. So it makes sense.
Yeah. So you got AJ Styles.
Yeah.
You got AJ Styles, KD. I thought I was going to be the tiebreaker on this, but apparently not. I'm going with AJ Styles on this because a short run doesn't diminish Ricochet. Not in the slightest.
No.
Because this is a very young, I just said young-ish, but a very young main roster run.
Right. Not only that, Ricochet has just been so prominent since he's been on either Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
So if he loses it, I don't think it does anything to him.
Yeah, I don't think it knocks him down a peg.
No.
What you said was, if this is going to end up being the Summer of Styles, right?
Yeah.
Several months of AJ Styles being the mid-card champion and playing gatekeeper as a heel with the club, I can see it culminating in Ricochet getting the title back somewhere down the line. But I think a journey to that point after losing the title would freshen Ricochet up in such a way that it makes it hard for him to lose any kind of momentum in the long run.
Now, I must say, I don't think AJ needs the championship.
No, I don't think he needs it, but it'd be perfect for this.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect for this. The story is just well built. Just don't ruin it. Go straight into it. So AJ Styles across the board. We got Alistair Black versus Cesaro in the singles match. Now, if you miss SmackDown, you're wondering why is he facing off with Cesaro? Because Cesaro was the one who knocked. Cesaro was the one who knocked at his door when Alistair Black was going, I need a challenge. I need somebody to face me. I need somebody to fight me. Who's going to pick a fight with me? And Cesaro was the one who walked through that door. And I was not expecting it, first of all. I was not expecting it.
Yeah, I think it threw me off too. Is it too soon for him to do that?
I see no reason why. Because, okay, let's take a look at Cesaro's kind of career. A lot of, I keep using the word gatekeeping, but a lot of matches where he has been the barrier to somebody moving through the roster unabated.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. He's the gatekeeper in NXT. It was him versus Sami Zayn.
Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's legendary at this point.
And then you had Cesaro versus
Sheamus.
Oh yeah.
The Cesaro versus Sheamus Best of 7 series that we never got closure on.
Right, because we
went right into a tag team. And they were a great tag team. I don't care what anybody says. They were a great tag team. And even recently, Cedric Alexander had to run into Cesaro and got hit by the Cesaro buzzsaw when he turned signals. So, this would be perfect. And because of that, this could go any way. And that's what makes this match kind of compelling, because we don't know where it's going to go.
Right.
We don't know where it's going to go.
Right.
So let's just run right into this. King did. Who you got? Alistair Black versus Cesaro.
I mean, Alistair Black. There isn't a question. He's the angry man who does not appreciate someone knocking on his door and running. So,
okay.
It's time to take them to town for that.
All right, Daria.
I agree. Plus, we've been waiting to see what Alistair Black was going to do. And for the longest, we just saw him begging for someone to pick a fight. I don't see them bringing him and then losing to Cesaro. That just, I'm pretty sure it makes sense, but to me, it doesn't make sense.
Shit.
So I have to go with Alistair Black.
Shit. Because, I wanted to say Cesaro. But if it was anybody else besides Alistair Black, I think it would be Cesaro.
Right.
But what you said is the big kicker right here. We've had a month and some change of promos of Alistair Black. Just
Right.
like, I need to do something. Aside from his tag team matches with Ricochet, he has done absolutely nothing. And you don't start that kind of career by having him lose. Because like a guy like Ricochet losing, it's perfectly fine because that's the kind of character he is. He's going to be somebody who's like willing to pick up the pieces. He's going to make mistakes. He's going to get, he's going to get beat. He's not the strongest. He's not the hardest striker. So Ricochet losing a match is just like, okay, I get it. Especially against guys like Samoa Joe and AJ Styles and Cesaro. Alistair Black has a mystique behind him.
Yeah.
And because of that, I can't see them let him lose. So I got Alistair Black on that one. We go to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. This one surprised the hell out of me because I was not expecting it to be this good. We got ourselves the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods, versus Heavy Machinery, Otis and Tucky. And then we got... Yeah.
Tucky.
Okay. I got you.
Tucky.
Then we got the Saviors of the... I don't know what their name is, but I just call them anything. Daniel Bryan and Rowan with the championships.
They're the planet's champions.
There you go, the planet's champions.
Yeah.
I almost said the world's champions, but that's kind of redundant. But we got them in a triple threat match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and God...
This has been pretty badass. To be
Daniel
quite honest.
Bryan could sell fire to the devil.
He could. I mean, he honestly could.
Jesus Christ! Everything that he says, and it's so. What makes it so bad? What makes what Daniel Bryan says so damn bad and frustrating is he's right.
Yeah, he's not lying on anything he says.
Everything that comes out of his mouth is right.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not right in terms of like, okay, I agree with him, but like it has a freaking point. Like, he's like, oh man, Otis and Tucker, they got like this big wrestling prestige behind them. The New Day, 5-time tag team champions. In fact, they were the reasons for the big tag team resurgence whenever they held the titles. But they are bad for the championships because they don't take this seriously like I take it seriously. And every time he opens up his mouth and says that, gives them praise and heaps praise upon them, you're just like, I get it. But I don't want you to win, but I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the best kind of heel promos. They give you the truth, but it's presented in a way where it's like the truth is kind of their shitty interpretation of it, and you don't like them for that fact.
Yes, that is pure amazing psychology right there.
Because they're like, that's what like a good heel does. They hype up themselves and their opponent without bringing anyone down. It like high tides raise all ships.
Yes, we're actually going to get into that because there's another person who's been doing that down the line. But let's jump right into this bad boy. Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the New Day versus Heavy Machinery. Who you got, KD?
Jeez, I'm honestly stumped on this. I mean, New Day are due for another title run. But at the same time, I mean, Heavy Machinery has been on a roll lately. And like the fact that it's a triple threat match means like, the champions don't have to lose their titles.
Right, yeah.
This is honestly one of the toughest calls of the night. And I'm just going to go out and say my dark horse for this one is Heavy Machinery somehow getting the upset.
Ooh. I like that. Who you got, Daria?
I don't know. I'm kind of like with KD. Because, like, I think
it's a tough call.
It is. I like he said, the New Day. And, like, I think they're due to get... I know they don't need it. I know that. It's embedded. But why can't they have it around their waist again?
So they could be all gyrating?
Yeah. And then again, I kind of don't want Daniel Bryan and Rowan to lose it. Cause
I know. It's a tough call.
So, I'm going to stick with Daniel Bryan and Rowan.
Oh, okay.
But... he is right. Like, Heavy Machinery has been showing their natural born ass.
Oh, they went from being completely obscure and doing these weird skits and promos to like being like probably some of the best tag team work that you've seen in that division.
They're one of those teams where I didn't think that they would do much after being called up, but god dang, they've just turned slop into steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
steaks and weights.
Right, steaks and weights. And I thought that's all we were going to know about them. But they have flipped that on us completely.
Because of that, I have to say that this is Heavy Machinery's story, but this is not where the story ends. And because of that, I got to stick with Daniel Bryan and Rowan. I think that next pay-per-view SummerSlam is when they're going to win the titles. Because that is going to be something that like blows the roof off.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
And that's fair. However it goes, I'm not even going to be mad as to who wins.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to care if I lose a point on this one because it's hard. I honestly don't care. You just have like a good match going on.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a great match. This is probably going to be the best match of the night. This probably is going to be the best match of the night. This is going to be my brave pick for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Daniel Bryan is going to end up. Their team is going to end up pinning Heavy Machinery off of something like just surprising.
Yeah, I think it's going to be some BS, but it's going to be on Heavy Machinery and Daniel Bryan and Rowan.
Yeah. So dang, yeah, this is going to be really good.
Yeah.
Then we have a match that is, I don't know what to think about it because this is just like I said that past match was Heavy Machinery's story.
Yeah.
This is not Alexa Bliss's story. This is Nikki Cross's story now.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And I think with her being with Alexa Bliss, it really, okay, so before going into this, I was not really excited about this match. And I'm saying that because I was not mad that Bayley won Money in the Bank, nor was I upset when she got the champ. I was actually ecstatic she got the championship.
Okay.
Like, I think it was her time.
Okay.
I still think she's doing well. She's not even bothering me having the championship. Like, even with this little storyline with Alexa Bliss, it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
It's actually working. And it's showing who Bayley is. And she's actually becoming into character wearing this championship.
She's a character beyond just hugging.
Yeah. With that being said, now that Nikki Cross is in the picture, I can see it being flipped.
Okay.
I can see, and the only reason I can see it being flipped is since this is a handicap match and Alexa gets the title, Nikki is with Alexa.
Yeah.
How do you work that out?
Yeah. It honestly doesn't matter who wins this match. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm the same way. I just know what the outcome is going to be, and it's going to be Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
And that's because, like you said, it's Nikki Cross's story, which it is. Because Alexa has Nikki, like, she is, like, pulling Nikki, like, every which way.
And it's more a matter of... It's more matter how long how long she's managed to pull her along.
Yeah.
So go ahead, throw it out to KD.
Okay, KD, what do you think with Bayley versus Alexa and Nikki?
This is one of these tough ones because the story has evolved past Alexa. I mean, Alexa can go away for all I care at this point.
See?
Like, Nikki Cross is one of these people I felt was squandered on the main roster after she was called up, after being basically a star in NXT, like with her mannerisms, her fighting ability, and everything else. And it's like, I miss that crazy Nikki Cross who seems like, a hyperactive cat who can kick your ass.
Yeah.
Crazy cat lady. Yeah. Nikki wants
but she was a crazy cat. I still love that interview that she had in NXT before TakeOver where she's just perched on a bar stool and they're like, Nikki, no. And she's like batting at the boom mic above her. And they're like, like, I love that Nikki Cross. I miss that Nikki Cross. I mean, but it's like at the same time, this new, emotionally fragile Nikki Cross is an interesting way to take her. I mean, it's like, it's one of those things like, the new girl who's like, but not getting much attention. It's like, someone comes in who's obviously a snake and takes them under their wing. I mean, it's like, something is happening here, but it's like, they just haven't shown you what yet. And it's one of those things where I adore Bayley and I feel she's been squandered on the main roster since the first title match she had with Alexa Bliss, where, I mean, she was basically just tossed out the door for the most part.
I agree.
That said, I think it's still Bayley's, but this story ain't over.
Okay. Daria?
I'm going to go the other way. And the only reason it is because of Nikki. I just, see something going on that Bayley loses.
Okay. This is a coin flip.
Yeah, I mean, either way it goes, though, I don't really care.
It's a coin flip because it absolutely doesn't matter, because you're gonna get some tension regardless between Alexa and Nikki Cross. It just depends on whether that tension is gonna be Nikki eating a pin and Alexa blaming her, and Nikki trying to find ways to make it up to her, or Alexa getting the win, but because Nikki pinned Bayley, and then from there it's like who gets the title. Who's actually the co-title owner?
Yeah.
Who gets to walk around with the belt? Who gets to come down to the ring with the belt? Who gets to be called your SmackDown Women's Champion? Is it going to be SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley, SmackDown Women's Champion Nikki? I honestly don't care who wins this match. I definitively don't care, because they've done a great job of making me care about Bayley more. I didn't care about Bayley before. Now I care about Bayley because, she actually is a compelling, character now.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't have a problem with her winning Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And I didn't care that she got the championship.
Yeah. Now it's just like, it's great. And then Nikki Cross, she's much more emotionally compromised, but she's much more coherent now in a way that makes you sympathetic to her. So it's not just like, okay, crazy cat lady Nikki Cross, who's just like, oh, she's just getting taken advantage of. No, it's crazy cat lady Nikki Cross who's showing you that, like, I give a damn about being in this company and about, making connections with people and just being an amazing star. And I see Alexa Bliss as my way to that, and she's helping me under her wings. And Bayley is the one stopping me from that.
Yeah.
In any way possible. So, like, whatever success Alexa has, I get, and Bayley's stopping that. So she's therefore stopping me if she stops Alexa. Right. And I love that story, because Alexa just doesn't give a shit.
Nah.
So because of that, I think Bayley wins. I think Bayley wins because I think that story is a little bit better, because it ingratiates Nikki Cross to Alexa Bliss much more and lets it last a little bit longer than if Alexa won.
Right.
And Nikki is then just waiting for that moment where it's like, okay.
Also, I don't care about Alexa one lick, so I'm glad this is going on.
I'm with that too.
Like, not at all. Not one bit do I care about Alexa Bliss, and I'm glad it's not her in this match.
Like,
I hope she's never in this match.
I like her gifts. I like the memes of her reactions, but like after that, it's just like, Alexa, you're cute, but I don't care. I don't want her to have the title. Just move on.
I don't want her to have a title. I don't want her to wrestle. I mean, put her in a manager position or like commentary Paige. Or something, but
like the Bliss. Because wasn't she like acting manager at one point?
Yeah. For a brief moment. We're going to jump ahead, and as I said before, having a heel that knows the right things to say to piss you off is great. Samoa Joe knows the right things to say to piss me off when it comes to Kofi Kingston, because he may not be correct about the way he's portraying Kofi as being this huckster that's just like making everybody fall for the hustle of like, I'm the good guy, root for me. He may not be correct in that, but the way he's presenting it is compelling enough that he believes it. And because he believes it, that's enough. And that's kind of scary.
Right.
And because of that, I love this match even more. We have Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. Kofi Kingston, the big thing that you need to know about is him flipping off Samoa Joe and hitting the Trouble in Paradise out of no freaking where. I love it. And the promo that Samoa Joe had this past SmackDown, where I just said that he believes he's a huckster, a hustler. He's making you believe in everything that he's talking about, but he doesn't believe in that. And Samoa Joe believes that, and that's good enough for me. Keedy. Wow. Keedy.
What the hell?
Y'all hush. Quiet down over there.
It has been a long day. I'll give you a break.
So, KD, who you got?
This is hard. This is so hard. Like, I can just picture Samoa Joe sunning Kofi. Like nothing. Like, ding ding, the bell rings. Kofi is choked out, within 30 seconds. At the same time, Kofi, didn't get to where Kofi is by being the fool. Yeah. He was he has been the fool, but still, my point stands. I think Kofi somehow gets out by the skin of his teeth, and then a certain Mr. Brock Lesnar decides it's time to challenge for a title.
Oh, God.
Because, what better way to start a new era of SmackDown than have Brock Lesnar started off?
Back on SmackDown, just like it was
for the first time in over a decade, if he does.
Yeah.
It's been like 14 years when you think about it.
Yeah.
So I think Kofi will win, but he won't be walking out of the arena with the title that night.
Okay. Daria?
Yeah, I agree.
So you got Kofi.
I just hate they're doing this to Kofi. I don't it's actually pissing me off a little bit.
Yeah, I'm cool with it because it's if it was anybody else besides Samoa Joe, I'd hate it.
But no, that's not bothering me. I'm talking about.
Oh, you're talking about Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
It's gotta happen sometime.
This match is not bothering me at all. Like I have a hard on for this match, so it's not bothering me.
It's gotta happen sometime. It's gotta happen sometime. It's either gonna be Seth, it's either gonna be Kofi. The very second he had it, it's just a countdown for when he's gonna snatch it away from somebody. It's gonna happen sometime.
He won't even end Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, I know.
God, just go away.
I got Kofi for this. I think, just like KD said, he's going to get thrown the fuck around the ring. He's going to get his ass handed to him, and he's just barely going to beat it. This is going to happen just out of nowhere. Just barely get the win. Yeah. But I don't think that is when Brock cashes in. I don't think that's going to happen because I see one more match in the future between Kofi and Samoa Joe. Just one more match in the future. It's going to be like Samoa Joe being the absolute dick that he is, talking all kinds of just talking mad brazy about Kofi Kingston. Just barely getting the win. Just like getting in on the skin of his teeth. And he wants one more match, but he's going to try to find a way to get a match that like he can't sneak away from. Like we might see ourselves in like a Hell in a Cell kind of match.
I mean, Samoa Joe walking into SummerSlam with WWE Championship would be awesome.
That would be awesome too. I just don't want to see them hot shot the title like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Samoa Joe has been long overdue for a title run like that.
Oh yes. I do not disagree with that. I'm just hoping that that's not what happens.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that it's at least now. It's not what happens, or at least if he does get it, it's a lengthier title run than potential Kofi Samoa Joe back and forth.
Yeah,
So I don't think that happens yet. I do want it to happen though. But I got Kofi for this. We only got 2 more matches left. Thank God. Because one of them I don't care about.
Don't give a shit about.
Both of these matches I don't give a shit about.
I was going to say, to be quite honest, we could just run through these because I don't give a shit about either.
Okay, you know what? We'll do just that. Undertaker and Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. The only thing that's possibly good about this is the potential involvement of Kevin Owens after he had his proto pipe bomb on this past SmackDown. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. Go check it on YouTube. Yeah, it won't save it. I'm just saying that's the only thing that's potentially interesting about this. But it's a no holds barred match. Taker, Reigns versus McMahon, McIntyre. Go, KD.
I don't care about this match one bit.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, nobody.
And it's like, I am just sick of the Shane McMahon story. I want him gone. Like, go away, Shane. Don't come back for, a few more years.
Yeah.
Or at all, because we don't need you.
Well, you'll be 60 by the time he comes back, so yeah, I think we're good.
I hate this match. I hate that The Undertaker is here because there's no reason. He's done nothing for this story. I just hate everything about this. It's going to be Roman and Taker. And I hope this is the end of their stupid, idiotic thing so Drew can move on to something actually worthwhile instead of this garbage.
Please do. I wish that this happened.
I mean, because that's the one person I feel is being damaged by this entire storyline is Drew.
Oh, God, yes. You are not wrong. You are absolutely not wrong.
I mean, I'm glad Bobby Lashley got out of it.
Oh my God, when you think about how many people have been in the orbit of Shane McMahon's suckitude.
Yeah, and the squandering, the time wasted for Shane's garbage. That should have been over at WrestleMania.
Yes, it should have been done. But we ended up having multiple big matches centered around Shane McMahon. that pulled so many good wrestlers into this. And I'm like,
and then so many people got overlooked because Shane needed time.
Oh my God. You know what? Daria just said, fuck it. She's done with this. She disappeared. She's out of the picture right now. She said, fuck it. Just finish the rest. So that's what I'm going to do. Taker, Reigns, don't give a shit about this match. I don't even care if it's going to end up being a good match. I don't care. It won't be. You're right. But like, if it ends up being a sleeper, I won't care because I don't care about this match. I don't care about the outcome of this match. None of this.
I mean, I really hope that they don't try and take it seriously and they understand what it is.
It's a blow off.
Yeah, this is how like things should end. I mean, you're bringing in the Undertaker. That should be the end.
Yeah. It's like Taker should be the murder, death, kill of this whole storyline.
I mean, this should be the end. There should be nothing more of the Shane McMahon story after this because it's over.
It's over. It's overplayed. It's done. It was interesting at first. It's not anymore.
Yeah, no, this has been idiotic that we've been doing this stupid story for over a year now.
Holy shit, we have. Oh God, I hate this. I hate this so fucking much.
It's like they can't do long-term storytelling, but they do this. It's upsetting if you think about it.
You're not wrong. Oh my God, you're not wrong. To another match that is also I don't give a shit about. I really don't give a shit about. I don't want this match. I'm done with it. Let them do other things. Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. An Extreme Rules match for both the WWE Universal Championship and the Raw Women's Championship. If either of the champions get pinned, both of them lose the titles. Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. I don't care about them. I think Lacey got pushed to the moon way too quick. Because now, like, she had a great match with Becky Lynch this past pay-per-view, and it made me actually care about her. But that's something that she should have been doing months ago before she got this play, so that we could actually cared about her then. But now I stopped caring about her, so it's like, oh, it's a surprise. I still don't give a shit. Baron Corbin is Baron Corbin. So, fuck it. We're moving on. KD, who you got? I don't care.
I don't care. It's going to be Seth and Becky because they'd be idiotic otherwise.
I hate this.
I mean, either that or, like, you know, Seth and Becky win and then Brock comes out and pins both of them because he needs all the titles.
Give him all the titles. Feed me everybody.
Huh.
Ryback? No Ryback. It's Brock Lesnar. Feed me every title. Matter of fact, he's going to use his Money in the Bank title to take everybody else's title.
And then Becky hands him the crown of the man.
It's like, you're the man now, dog. Oh, shit. Damn it. Son of a bitch.
Wait, but Roman's the dog, so does that mean that Brock is now the dog, too?
Brock is now the dog. He's going to put on dog tags. He's a dog now. Fuck it.
But does he also own the yard and the house, then, too?
Well, I mean, it's his house, yard. He's the dog and the man. And since he's the man, he's got to be the man to beat the man. So, yeah, that all works. Yeah, so he is the alpha and omega of WWE right now. Honestly, like we both, like, I don't even care what selection we made. We just don't give a shit. Seth Rollins.
No, it's done.
It's fuck it. Like, aside from those two matches, like, this is actually a pretty good match card. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually interested in this pay-per-view. I like this.
I like that it's hopefully the end of an era.
The end of one era and the start of another one. Like, the end of the Shane McMahon is doing.
It's the end of the new era, and then the start of whatever is coming next.
Yes, we need a shakeup. So far, I'm liking the direction of the shakeup. Not everything is working, but it doesn't matter that it's working. It's interesting. I am interested again in the daily WWE product. I am interested now. Before, it was like you could miss a Raw or SmackDown and you wouldn't miss shit. Here, it's like you missed the past 2 Raws or SmackDowns. You missed some things. And that's how it should be. You have to tune in to see it. That's the point. But we're freaking done. Let me go ahead and run this out because my sister is still gone because she had to run for the hills after she saw the last 2 matches. As always, you can catch our podcast on iTunes, link in the description below, or at the website at HEELKAIJU.com. There you can find our shows, articles, and our merchandise to help keep the site up and running and to keep us providing you with quality content. You can also join the Kaiju Wrecking Crew by following us on our Twitter account at HEELKAIJU, where we'll provide you with any updates, developments, and insights. Thank you again for listening. Thank you again, King Dead, for being with us. We appreciate you more than you would know. And remember to keep smashing.